Admittedly, the title of this video is a bit over-exaggerative, and it obviously wouldn't be targeted towards everybody who's watching this. However, I think it's great advice that like to talk about every once in a while on this channel, which is that a lot of people get burnt out from these gacha games and they don't even really realize it themselves. I myself have been through this multiple times. However, I am now at the point where I am fully aware when I am fully burnt out from something, and I obviously stop doing that, right? For example, my video upload rate went down like I think 80% of a couple months ago after the whole Yao Guang beta stuff, because that just left me completely out of energy having to deal with the community and its doom posting shit, right? Unfortunately, it does affect me seeing a lot of idiocy kind of be spread around the betas of these characters, since that's what my channel mainly targets, right? Like, that's the main thing I talk about. So if I have to constantly see misinformation and negativity, it's obviously going to affect me negatively in the end, right? Even now, I still have some effects of my burnout from a little bit ago. However, I'm clearly just not really playing the game all that much. Of course, I go account to account, depending on what's more optimal, depending on upcoming characters, but even then, I do not play on these accounts every single day, and sometimes I'll even go like an entire week not playing this game at all. And every time I log into a different account, one of my older ones, it almost always has Starlit Homecoming. Even my own main account also has Starlit Homecoming, from me just not playing the game actively because of me getting hit by burnout, and so I don't want to force myself to do something that obviously I'm not in the mood to do, right? I used to be of those type of people who kind of used to always just make fun of others for complaining about having to play gacha games daily, because when you look at things objectively, yeah, you only need like 4 or 5 minutes every single day at max in order to actually do what you have to do, not including, of course, the actual events for the patch, and usually weeklies that take longer, especially in HSR, such as Divergent Universe, Simulated Universe, and Currency Wars. However, I don't really make fun of people like that anymore because I fully experience it myself now. It's less about how much time you invest and more about it being a constant habit that ends up getting built up to the point where you kind of forget to actually enjoy the game and have fun for what it is, and you're just logging in to do dailies in order to maximize your Jade count. And a lot of people don't realize this, but the second you get hit with this type of way of playing the game, you're probably already technically burnt out, even if not to an extreme extent, but probably to a slight extent, since your reason for playing the game is no longer the game and is instead the currency in order to gamble on characters, right? Something else that's quite common with people who are burnt out is blaming the game. You see this quite often with a lot of drama, quote unquote, content creators in the gacha space, where they'll play one game for a while and it seems like while they were playing that game they were having a great time, but the second they get hit by burnout they move to another game, or they just stop playing gacha games in general, and all of a sudden it feels like every video about a game that they used to find positively is now negative and trying to berate the game for not improving and for having fallen off, right? This is common with WoWa, this is common with Genshin, and this is also common with HSR. A lot of these people end up venting about how these games stopped improving, how they've kind of fallen off, how it's no longer that interesting to them, without even realizing themselves that 99% of them usually are just hit with burnout. You have been making content / playing this game hours every single day for months, if not years, forcing yourself to, in order to either be a part of the community or to make videos or to make money off of your videos. And then once you're actually fully burnt out and you try something else for a bit, instead of realizing that you were just burnt out of HSR and you needed something a little more fresh, you just shit on HSR and talk about how bad it is, or this could be Genshin in this case, or this could be WoWa in this case as well, right? I see it rarely, really commonly in the space. And because a lot of other people also don't realize that they are affected by this same thing, these videos usually blow up. It's just a common thing in the gacha community. People will eat up any drama slash negativity that people are pointing towards a specific gacha game with. You see this most commonly, in my opinion, with Genshin. In my opinion, Genshin gets hit with some of the most negativity, which is fine. You're allowed to have your opinion and you're allowed to have your criticisms of the game, but some of the most popular channels that make videos hating on Hoyo games or hating on Genshin or HSR is mainly people who clearly have an agenda against these games and aren't exactly actually trying to be critical or objective, but instead just trying to paint a much more worse and exaggerative picture of the game, because they're trying to like almost justify to themselves of why this new game they play is so much better than this older one that they used to enjoy, right? They need to justify it to themselves that, oh, this game I'm playing right now is way better and I'm not missing out on anything that these other games are doing, even if they are improving and they are much better in comparison to how they used to be. But of course, this is only the content creator side of things. I only mention that because, I mean, I'm sure a lot of you people would be able to already think about maybe a few channels of people who are like this and make content like this that are clearly burnt out and pushing agendas instead of coming to the self-realization that they're burnt out, right? They don't realize it, but they are burnt out. It's not that the game is getting worse most of the time. It's mainly just that their mental is getting worse because they treat this game like a job or a chore that they have to do daily instead of actually having fun and enjoyment in it, right? So all of this is to say, take a break. Genuinely, take a break. Have fun playing other games, solo player games, watch movies, watch anime, go out, hang out with people. Just take a break if you feel like you're treating these gacha games like jobs, because I promise you it's going to be worth it. Even if you feel like you're going to miss out on a new character, who cares, right? That character is going to get reran eventually. It's fine. They're not going to go anywhere. So just take a break, take your time, and then come back when you actually have the motivation and you feel ready again. I've done this with WUA, I've done this with HSR, I've done this with even one of the first games I ever played in my life called Wizard 101 on computer, and I'm playing it now after taking a break for a year to a year and a half, right? It's not that the game is bad. It's not that the game is getting worse or has gotten worse. It's 99% of the time just you being affected by the FOMO tactics of these gacha games, making you treat it as a job. Don't treat these games as a job. Treat games as games. A good time and a kind of escape from the real world, right? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Hope you all have a great day. Hope you all have a great night. Peace out.